Imagine you're feeling tired, then you develop a little bit of joint pain, then rashes, headache, maybe some oral ulcers as well. You go to your regular doctor and he orders some tests, and the tests come back positive. You start hearing terms like ANA, anti-nuclear antibody, anti-dsDNA, or anti-double stranded DNA, as well as complements. And you've been diagnosed with a condition called lupus. Now you're worried about its treatment. So don't worry, we'll break down the treatment and simplify it in the next few minutes. Hi, I'm Dr. Sharath, a consultant rheumatologist practicing in Bangalore, and today we'll discuss about lupus or SLE, which is a chronic autoimmune disease, and how we treat it. The responsibility for treatment of lupus, I feel, falls onto three groups of people. Number one is the patient, that's you. So what does a patient do for the treatment of this condition? There are several things that you can do and which are within your control. Number one, very importantly, use regular sunscreen. So sun protection is very important, as UV exposure or exposure to ultraviolet radiation can worsen this condition. So therefore, doctors recommend that patients with lupus should use sunscreen daily. And if you're going out, then please remember to reapply the sunscreen. Many times we apply too thin a coat, so it's very important to learn how much to apply and to apply the same on a regular basis. Number two is to not smoke. Smoking is something which can definitely worsen lupus. Nowadays, smoking is considered more of a condition, a health condition, rather than a bad habit. And there are specialists who can help you in quitting smoking. So if you do have lupus, then strongly consider to quit smoking, and there are doctors who can help you with that. Three is diet and exercise. So patients with lupus are at much higher risk of developing heart complications as they age. Therefore, it's very important to have a physically active lifestyle as well as a healthy diet. There is no specific diet which has been shown to either worsen lupus or to improve the condition of lupus. However, there is something called as an anti-inflammatory diet, or a Mediterranean diet, which you can all Google, which has been shown to possibly improve the overall health, prevent cardiovascular or heart problems as the patient ages, and possibly play a very small role in reducing the severity of this condition. The second person involved in the treatment of this disease is your rheumatologist. The rheumatologist is a medical specialist who deals with patients who have lupus. He will prescribe medications to you, the patient, and you will have to take these medications on a regular basis. I will discuss more about these medications as we go on. The third set of people who are responsible for the treatment of lupus are other medical specialists other than rheumatologists. So your rheumatologist might take the help of a neurologist if you have any brain or nerve involvement. He might take the help of an ophthalmologist or an eye specialist if he or she considers that you might have a problem associated with lupus or a complication due to any of the medications. He might also take the help of a nephrologist, a kidney specialist. And therefore, many times, the treatment of lupus becomes a team approach where several specialists are involved, and your rheumatologist is at the center of the team, coordinating between you and the different specialists. So you might need to visit different specialists whenever you have organ involvement. For example, if you have kidney problems, you might need to visit a kidney specialist or a nephrologist, but always remember to go back to your rheumatologist. So to recap, yourself, the patient, sunscreen, regular exercise, do not smoke, maintain a healthy diet. Your rheumatologist, who is involved in prescribing medications to you and which you need to take on a regular basis, and other specialists, which your rheumatologist will coordinate with. Now coming to medications. What are the medications which are used for the treatment of lupus? So there are essentially 4 different types of medication. Number 1 is steroids. Now people generally get very scared when they hear the name steroids. However, what I tell patients is that steroids are like a knife. Knife by itself is not very harmful or dangerous. It depends upon who uses it. A housewife uses it in the kitchen to cut vegetables and to cook, whereas a knife in the hands of a thief can function as a murder weapon as well. So it's not the knife which is dangerous, but the person who uses it. And therefore, steroids have to be used under the supervision of your rheumatologist. Please make sure that you use that in the manner prescribed. And when used appropriately, it's a very useful tool to control the disease of lupus. It brings down the disease and the inflammation immediately and helps the patient return to normal life. The second group of medications are what are called as DMARDs or disease modifying medications. So these are medications which act on your immune system and prevent the immune system from attacking your own body, which is what happens in lupus generally. So what are the medications which come under the category of immune suppressants or disease modifying agents? So there are medications like hydroxychloroquine, azathioprine, mycophenolate, methotrexate, cyclosporin, and tacrolimus. There are other medications such as cyclophosphamide as well, which also act as immunosuppressants. Now, these are all either tablets or sometimes in the case of cyclophosphamide, injections, and they are like normal medications. However, there is a third and special group of medications which are called biologicals. Biologicals also modify the disease. They are also disease modifying agents which affect the immune system. However, unlike regular medications, biologicals are medications which are produced by bacteria or living things, and they act on a very specific part of our immune system. For example, there is one particular type of cell called the B cell in our immune system, and a medication called rituximab, which is an antibody which goes and attacks the B cells and reduces their number, has been used in the treatment of lupus. Another medication called belimumab is also very popular nowadays. The fourth group of medications are what we call as supportive medications. So patients with lupus have problems where their organs can be involved. And for the management or treatment of the organ problem, supportive medications will always have to be used. For example, if a patient has kidney problems, then certain medications can be prescribed to protect the kidney. On the other hand, when the heart is involved, the doctor might prescribe other supportive medications which can protect the heart and reduce your blood pressure if you have any. So these four medications are prescribed usually by a rheumatologist, but as I said before, the treatment of lupus is usually a team approach where the rheumatologist might ask you to take the opinion of other specialists and coordinate their treatment recommendations as well. So that in short is the treatment plan of lupus. Remember that the treatment has to be individualized, so it's different depending upon your particular problem as well as the organs involved in a particular patient. It is long term, so the treatment has to be taken for a very long time and it requires regular monitoring. So please remember to review with your rheumatologist regularly and make sure that the medicine is working as well as you're not having any complications either due to the disease or any side effects due to the medicines, which can be determined based on blood tests. So early diagnosis can help with the treatment of lupus, and I hope this video has helped to summarize that. If you like this video, then please do like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can get regular updates about rheumatology conditions.